Have you been wondering what it's going to be like in 2026 to be a buyer in our market? Will interest rates drop? Will the home prices go down further? And is it going to be a good time to buy now or should you wait? My name is Amy DeBusk. I am a certified mortgage planner. What I'm known best for is making mortgage simple and easy to understand so that you can step into homeownership just as you planned. And I want to get into it because we just had our analyst talk this morning about what it's going to be like and what the projections are for interest rates, home prices, and just the buying environment going into first quarter of 2026. So let's get into it. Okay, right now, this is really the very best buying environment that homebuyers have experienced since 2019. Let me just break it down for you. So, are interest rates in the twos? No, they're not. Are they going to go to the twos? No, they're not. And really, real talk, you don't want that to happen. When interest rates were in the twos, we were in a world catastrophe. COVID, that was horrific for all of us on so many levels. And so that just isn't reality. What is reality is interest rates are probably going to hover between the high fives, low sixes, and depending on, the type of loan that you have. So FHA and VA loans are going to be in the mid fives. And a conventional loan, they're going to be in the low to mid sixes, depending on down payment, credit score, and loan size. So that's in a nutshell where we're going to see interest rates. And what the word on the street is stability. And although you might not like the word stability because it doesn't mean that interest rates are going to drop to even the fours anytime soon, you should love the word stability as a first time home buyer. And let me tell you why. Because as a first time home buyer, when interest rates are stable, that means when you get pre approved, you're going to get a payment when you get pre approved. That means usually when you go to get into contract, maybe you're getting into contract a month, 2 months, 3 months later after you're pre approved, you're going to have the same rate as when you got quoted, 3 months earlier. So that means it's going to be the same payment. So you're no surprises because that's the worst when you have surprises like, oh, sorry, interest rates went up a half a point, your payment's $200 more. And for some buyers, that could mean that you don't qualify for as much. So you're going to know in this environment that your pre approval is going to be pretty much the same as when you buy that house and get into contract and lock your interest rate in. The other reason why being in a stable housing market, stable interest rate environment is so crucial for a first time home buyer is because there's going to be more homes on the market and it's going to be more of a buyer's market. So that means that you'll have more negotiating power. Usually, you'll be the only one at the negotiating table. You won't be, fighting with three other buyers and overpaying for a house. And then the other thing is that you can take your time looking for a house. Maybe you've got five houses that you're really interested in, but maybe, it takes you a couple weeks or a couple weekends to get out there and see them all and schedule appointments. Well, in times past, when market has been really unstable, those homes would all be gone before you'd even have a chance to think about it or look at them. So now in this environment, you can have some fun. Take your time, relax, look at those homes, think about them, drive the neighborhood at night to make sure it's the neighborhood you want to live in both by day and by night. So those are some of the main reasons why, in this market, it is going to be such a beautiful, beautiful buying season for you. And I do advise you though, you know, it is easier to buy a house when you're the only person at the buying table. When we get into peak purchase market season, which peak season for us is typically in April and May and the first part of June. There are going to be more buyers on the market, out in the market, trying to buy a house too. And it will be harder to get your home, accepted, your offer accepted, when there's peak season, lots of buyers out there. So if you can at all push the envelope and start shopping now, now is the time. If you'd like to learn how you can get pre approved for a home loan, find out what you qualify for, it's free. Just a reminder to book a discovery call with me. And it's also free to get pre approved. We don't charge any upfront costs. You don't pay a dime until you actually get into contract. So, there you have it. And if you would like to learn more about what's going on in the market and how it pertains to you, you can check out our blog, and that blog will be in the comments. And if you like these market updates, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button. So, days on market in Sacramento right now are 33 days. The average home price is $472,000. Days on market in Placer County is 55 days, and the average home price is $680,000. And then average days on market in Elk Grove is 66 days, and the average median home price is 636,000. So, average days on market, that means from the time that the house is listed for sale until it actually goes into contract, that's how long it takes. So, that's a pretty long time. And then median home price doesn't mean that that's going to be the lowest home price. That just means the average home price. So 472 for Sacramento, 680 for Placer County, and then 636 for Elk Grove. And then you know, days on market really matters. It goes back to what I was saying as far as, you having more time to find the perfect home for you and your family. There you have it. If you have any more questions about the market and how it pertains to you, I highly recommend that you book a free discovery call with me at talkingwithamy.com.